The morning after his late-night research, Arun tried to hit reset. He woke up, got dressed, and stepped out the door, attempting to repeat the exact same ordinary routine he had lived for years. The attempt failed immediately. The gray concrete no longer served as a quiet background. Every square inch had become a densely populated, fragile minefield of microscopic traffic. His natural walking rhythm broke. He forced himself to slow his pace down to a crawl. A simple patch of grass meant a heavy pause, an internal calculation of where to place his foot without crushing a hidden ecosystem. A casual, ordinary step down a concrete staircase suddenly freezes, carefully hovering just over a single wandering beetle. By the time Arun reached his bus stop, he was sweating. The intense mental focus required to navigate a 3-block commute without causing harm left him exhausted. He was trapped in a paradox. He could no longer unsee the invisible world underfoot, yet he lived in a society that required him to walk completely blind to it. The city sidewalk has a specific, unspoken rhythm. It relies on a fast, unbroken current of commuters moving in unison. Arun violently broke that current. He planted his body in the middle of the pavement, physically blocking a line of frustrated, rushing pedestrians, all to let a single green caterpillar safely cross the path. That physical friction soon followed him indoors, right into the quiet, controlled environment of his office. In mid-presentation, Arun abruptly halted a meeting. He grabbed a cup, slid a piece of paper underneath, and meticulously captured a trapped wasp against the window. His colleagues stared, annoyed, confused, and visibly disturbed by the interruption. In the machinery of human convenience, Arun had become an obstacle. Prioritizing the micro-world turned a well-meaning individual into a source of social friction. Sociologists have a specific term for the reaction Arun was getting from his coworkers: deviance. It's the friction that occurs whenever an individual violates an established social consensus. To understand the consensus Arun broke, we can look at this simple value matrix. Society collectively agrees that human-scale entities, like pets or large wildlife, carry a high assigned value. Meanwhile, microscale life sits firmly at a value of exactly 0. When you take a zero-value entity and treat it with high importance, society doesn't interpret your action as a virtuous display of empathy. It reads it as a glitch in rational behavior. The isolation happened quickly. Casual lunches turned into silent breaks. Friends stopped calling. He was quietly categorized into the boxes reserved for the obsessive and the weird. Human empathy, it turns out, operates with strict boundaries. It is only socially acceptable when it aligns precisely with the things the majority has already decided are worth caring about. The breaking point arrived on a Tuesday. Arun walked home from work to find a massive, brightly colored extermination tent entirely enveloping his apartment building. Outside the structure, his neighbors stood in a circle, chatting cheerfully. They were relieved, casually discussing the inconvenience of a routine fumigation over coffee. Arun stared at the heavy canvas. Through his eyes, this was a mechanized gas chamber, engineered for the mass slaughter of millions of unseen lives. The math crushed him. He had spent weeks exhausting himself, carefully watching his own footsteps to spare a dozen insects. All of that passive avoidance was rendered entirely useless against the scale of casual, systemic eradication. He physically turned his back on the cheering crowd. The anxiety that had gripped him for weeks evaporated, replaced by a cold, hardened resolve. A new mandate formed in his mind. If the world's empathy is dictated entirely by physical size, then a massive counterweight is required to tip the scales. Because when pure, unfiltered empathy is practiced in a completely apathetic world, it looks exactly like madness.